Yo, what up? It's Siege. It's our tips, life blips. Let's go jump into it.
Okay, what up? Welcome to the happiest talk about depression ever. Why is it happy? Because I beat it. And how did I beat it? Well, let me tell you. Okay, so listen. Everybody's different, so that's the first thing you need to know. I'm just going to be telling you guys my story because somebody asked me, one of my subscribers, and she asked me a question over on Tumblr, and her name is Cruel Blue, and she wanted to hear about my depression and my experiences with it and how I got over it. So I'm going to tell you guys about my depression, my experiences with it, and how I got over it. So that's clearly what we're doing here, I guess. Okay. When I first got depression, I didn't know that I had depression, to be honest with you. It wasn't something, I wasn't like, I feel so sad today, I think I have depression. No, it was not like that. I had no idea. And I've talked to a couple friends and they've said the same thing. They had literally zero idea that they had depression when they got depression. So I think that's a common misconception. When you're just like, man, I'm really upset today. You might not actually have depression. You might just be upset. So, you know, take that into consideration sometimes when you're thinking about it. So, yeah, so I didn't know I had it. All I knew is that my mood was really low and it was really hard for me to feel happy. I just felt very indifferent. Everything was just very indifferent. Things kind of lost their color. Food kind of lost its taste. It was kind of, you know, it's kind of dramatic like a movie, I guess. But, you know, that's just how it felt, all right? Don't judge me. So, I know that this is different for everybody. Everybody deals with it differently because depression, true depression, clinical depression is not just, well, I kind of feel sad, so doop-a-doop. No, it has nothing to do with that. It is a chemical imbalance in your brain. Like, it's actually the thing that makes you feel happiness is not doing its job, all right? And so the scales are tipped off and now you're feeling bad, right? So this, you know, there we go. That's depression 101. Super basic version for people who don't read good. I had this and I didn't understand it. I just told my mom about it. I'm just like, I don't know what this is. I feel really bad. I have no energy. I can't create because when I feel sad, I can't create. And when with depression, obviously, it was even harder, right? Because it was just like, there's nothing I could do about it. Nothing could get me pumped up. I just had no energy. I felt so indifferent. And so she took me to the clinic and she's like, okay, we're just gonna go get you checked. Maybe something's wrong. So we went to the clinic. The doctor asked me a bunch of questions and then she's just like, it seems like you have clinical depression. And I was just like, oh, well, shit. See, I had no idea what this even meant. I'm like, how do I have depression? I am the happiest person on Sesame Street. I really did have depression and it was a serious thing. It's a very serious thing. It's not a joking matter. And like I said, this hits everybody totally differently and I didn't really know what to do. So one thing that I didn't want to do, but I ended up doing anyways, was going on medication and I was kind of scared about it. I didn't really know, but my doctor, she's my family doctor. I've known her for a long time. I trust her and she said, you should try it. We'll do you on very small doses. If it helps you, then we'll work with it. If you react badly to it or if you don't like it, then we'll get you off of it and we'll do natural ways. And I decided that I wanted to try the medicine because I know myself, I don't have a very addictive personality. I don't get addicted to drugs or addicted to alcohol or anything like that. Kind of lazy and poor. So those two things really helped me with not having an addictive personality. So that's meant to say, if you guys ever want to not get addicted to anything anymore, be poor. I started taking this medicine, I think it was twice a day, like half a pill. Can't remember what it was called right now, but my doctor was a badass and she ended up just like giving me a bunch of them, which was really cool because I'm poor, man. I can't afford this stuff. It started to work. I started feeling like the old me, but I knew that I had to wean off of this and I made it a goal. I made it a goal for myself. I need to wean off of this stuff on my own as early as possible because I don't want to be reliant on a drug. Also, I don't want to have to go back into this because I made my mom cry. She felt like she had failed me and that's the worst feeling in the world, to be honest with you. Like, I mean, I hate seeing my parents crying in general just because it rarely happens and it's just heartbreaking on me because like I feel like I've done something wrong. I feel like I'm supposed to be the reason why they smile, not cry, you know? So it was hard and I understood why she was crying because she felt the same way that I felt. She felt like she had failed me, like she hadn't done her job as a mother, but that wasn't the case at all. This had nothing to do with how things were with her. It was all internal and my mom, my parents have been very amazing parents to me. It was just, I felt like a failure because I hadn't made it to where I wanted to be in my life. I felt like a failure because I wasn't doing the thing that I really love to do because I didn't know what it was. I was completely lost, and that broke me down inside, and it hurt me so much, and it drove me into a depression that I didn't even see coming. Guys, like, this is a crazy thing about depression. You don't see it coming. You can't just listen to a bunch of sad songs and suddenly be like, oh shoot, I'm depressed now. Yep, okay, cool. Like that. No, it doesn't work like that. I'm sorry. No. We'll just fast forward a lot because the story is getting kind of long. So now I have moved. I'm living in a different place, trying to get my stuff in order, coming down off these meds, and I was very, very passionate about not relying on this medicine because, you know, I don't want to rely on medicine. So I'm weaning off now, and I was doing pretty well. I was doing very, very well. And finally, I stopped taking it. I was feeling awesome. I'm like, yeah, this is great. Yeah. And then a certain event in my life where I was kind of betrayed, aka stabbed in the face by somebody who I trusted, ended up spiraling me right back down. But this time I was just like, okay, I'm not taking medicine this time, and I'm gonna get out of this on my own. So what I did was I moved back home, and I was feeling really, really low. I felt like just, you know, nobody cared about me, nobody loved me, all that, you know, that dramatic stuff, right? Like, pull out my freaking violin, whatever, god damn it. And my friend was just like, nah, we're gonna get you out of this. I'm gonna tell you what happened after in another video because this is getting too long. But yeah, I'll tell you the story of what my friend did to get me out of depression, what it led to, the type of confidence that I built up, and then I guess I can tell you guys how I met my girlfriend, since it ties right into that. So yeah, so okay.